Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Pizza Motorcast. This is yours, Dave. I am special guest, 1937 fuel coupe driver, John Uzbasic. How's it going, John?
Good. Going great, Dave. Hey, listen, thanks for having me, man. This is great.
No problem. It goes out live, and it gets recorded onto the podcast, and it goes on YouTube, too, so.
Oh, wow. Excellent, man. Just want to give a big shout-out to everybody then.
Go ahead.
Hey, listen, everybody. Hey, listen. Dave is a great guy, man. Great thing he's doing here with these podcasts. It's my honor to be part of this, and looking forward to the conversation.
All right. So how did you first get involved in drag racing, John?
Well, actually, it was back in 1984. I used to lived on the island of Maui in Hawaii.
Really?
And, a good friend of mine, Roy, his first name was Roy, he says, you want to come out to a drag race, man? I drag race. And I go, well, yeah, sure, that'd be great. Never been to one before. But that would be pretty cool. So I ended up going, and it took me about the second pair of cars that went down, and I said, I got to get me one of those. So actually, that's really how this whole thing started out back in 1984, and I've been drag racing ever since that time.
So what was your first car that you started racing?
My first car was a Chevy, a 1970 Chevy Camaro that I ran like 1380s. And I thought I was like on fire, boy. 1380s. I was going down the track.
So how was the experience the first time ever going down a drag race track?
It was exciting. It was exhilarating. At first, believe it or not, there was a little bit of a learning curve, even though I was only going 1380. But hey, still, it was a learning curve, and so. Like I said, ever since the first time I saw it, and then the first time I actually had the opportunity to drive one, that was it. I was bitten, and that was all it was. And from that point on, I've been hitched and hooked on this sport since then. So
how long did you drive the Camaro for?
Oh, wow. I drove that for probably about 10 years. About 8 to 10 years. And then I actually relocated through my company I worked for to the mainland in Central California. Happened to meet some really good people that I then bought a 1977 Chevy Vega from in Bakersfield, California.
Nice. And
for 20-some years, we pretty much ran that Vega. We did some chassis updates to it and things like that, but for about 24, 25 years, we ran that Vega, and it was a great car, man. When I first got it, it would run 11, mid-11s. Ended up getting it down into about 1040s, and then I had the chassis redone. And then we went to, then it would run mid to low 9 seconds. And then for many, many years, I ran super gas into Division 6 with it.
So did you had fairly good success with that Vega?
Yeah, no, she was, the greatest part about it was rinse and repeat. That little car, you could just go out there and, run it, cool it, run it, cool it, run it, cool it, and that was it. And then obviously after the races, you did some PM maintenance on it. But boy, that car was consistent. It ran good. It was really a breeze running that car for all those years.
So when did you end up selling her?
Yeah, I ended up selling this thing. I actually sold it to a great, really nice guy in Tucson, Arizona, about 9 months ago. So that's when we moved that out. And back in 2016, I bought what we now have is our 37 Chevy Coupe we have now.
Yeah, it's a beautiful coupe.
Thank you.
Now, what do you run that thing on?
Right now, we're running a 532 cubic inch Pontiac, big block with Pontiac Pro Stock heads. We're running 14 and a half to 1 compression, and it's right now it's running about 1,100 horsepower. And during the off season, I went to Applied Nitrous Technology, Jeff Prock, and he built me a fogger for my tunnel ram, and we're adding another 225 horsepower to it.
Wow.
So when it's all said and done, she should be about 1,325 horsepower.
Nice. So what's the quickest time you've had with that car so far?
Well, right now, I mean, we were unfortunately last year we did a whole bunch of changes to the car because when I got it, it had a 2,800 horsepower blower motor in it when I bought it as a roller. So we really didn't do anything with the suspension or the four-link. It had 36-inch Top Fuel Pro fuel tires on it. So it basically wanted to turn the way it was set up, the power of the engine, which was actually being compromised by the setup of the four-link running those fuel tires. So what it wanted to do, it wanted to drive it into the ground. So it took a huge amount of horsepower away. So we were only able to get into the low 8s with it, just the way it was. During the season, we changed and I went to 33.5-inch tires, 17 wide, 16 tall. Then we changed and made adjustments to the four-link. But in the process of all that, I had a stall converter issue. I had a transmissions issue. I had electrical issue. So we never really got to see what the car would actually do completely set up the right way without any bugs in it, if you will. So a lot of last year, all we did was chase problems, and we've got probably 98% of those already fixed and taken care of. So we're hoping that the car without nitrous will run 770s, 780s, with nitrous 740s.
Yeah. So now you also have a dragster on the Uzbasic team, right?
Yeah, that's my partner. His name is Art Davidson. He actually runs a 275-inch Brad Hadman dragster. He runs it in Top Dragster as well as Comp Eliminator. Just depends on what race he's at and what he wants to run. And he's actually my engine builder also. And he's been building engines for about 35 to 36 years now or so up in the Pacific Northwest area. Everything from just regular hot rods, classic car engines, to boat, to blower engines, just about any kind of engine you want to have him build, he'll pretty much build it for you. And we ended up many, many years ago kind of fostering a partnership that we took to the next step to these basic motorsports. So that's actually what we are. Is we're actually a two-car team where we cover the dragster end of it as well as the door slammer end of this whole the drag racing.
Now, you think you'd ever run that Coupe on nitro?
I doubt it. Art and I have talked about maybe dropping a blower motor back in there and running that car, as a blown car. It's actually it's a pro mod built car. It was actually built in 1999 by Rick and Ricky Jones for Danny Rowe, and he actually had the car for a number of years. And that car's actually I would be the third owner. I'm sorry. I'm the fourth owner of this car. So it has, it's a double frame rail car, chrome molly. I put the car on a diet this year and and I also put the driver on a diet. We actually took out another 130, almost 140 pounds on the car. So now the car with me in it weighs 2,325 pounds right now. So it's a pretty light car. And so, I mean, it's got the ability to drop in a 2,800 horsepower blower motor in it and go racing pro mod if we wanted to. So that's in the future. Right now we just want to get the bugs worked out of it and have it in a mid-7 car to run Top Sportsman and be kind of competitive with the rest of the gang in Top Sportsman.
All right. So now, back in the day when you started drag racing, were there any drivers that were inspirational to you?
You look back at all the years in the NHRA, and there's so many drivers that are just, iconic. And I don't really have someone who has been that inspirational as far as, I going and saying, hey, I want to be like him. Like I said, I caught the bug just going out to a track and being part of it and seeing what it's all about. And that's all it took to just say, this is what I really want to do. I'm in awe of the Perdomes, the Muldownys, Garlits, all of the rest of the iconic people that have actually, put drag racing on the map, if you will, and has given us all kind of a roadmap to follow. So based on that, that's awesome. But I kind of really just, like I said, I kind of woke up one day and said, hey, this is what I really want to do, and this looks like a lot of fun.
So now, what kind of schedule you have this year for the Coupe?
We scheduled about 14 to 16 races this year, and up here in the Pacific Northwest, our season's a little bit tight, if you will, because it rains fairly well into the spring, and then unfortunately fall comes fairly quick. But we're actually scheduled. We're going to attend the points races in the Division 6. I'm going to run in Top Sportsman. I do want to run the Pacific Northwest Nationals up in Seattle this year and be part of that. We're also part of a couple nostalgia races. We're going to be involved with the Good Guys races, a couple Good Guys races this year. So, like I said, we've got about 14 to 16 events that are scheduled to get her out on the track and let her do her thing. Not to mention all of the other appearances where our organization is very into charity events and being part of the community and giving back to the community. So there's a lot of, we partner with Susan G. Komen. We partner with different food banks in Nourish, Pierce County, and King County up here. We also do Touch a Truck Children's Foundation and a lot of other car show charity foundations that were requested or we were asked if we'd like to participate at these events as an additional draw. And we're always looking forward to doing things for the community. So total this year, between other the other charity events and special events and racing, we probably have about 35 different things scheduled this year.
Well, that Coupe's perfect to go to car shows. I'm sure the people love looking at that thing.
Yeah, no, it's great because we believe in like I said, I'll tell you, if I had a quarter for every time somebody sat in that car and had a photo done in there, I'd be a rich man because we love to have the kids involved. The kids come in there and they ask, hey, can we sit down in the car? And by all means, we just plop them in the car and the parents take videos and photos, and it's a great old time for everybody. Everybody enjoys being part of it. They get to have a kind of feeling of what it's like to sit in a race car and kind of be part of something in a small way. We also try to, we're also this year going to try to run some promotions where, depending on if you happen to be picked based on, signing up at our website or at Facebook or different situations here on our media platforms to be part of coming down to the actual race itself and participating as an honorary crew member at the event with Uzbasic Motorsports. And it's just something that, we're trying to involve more people, the young people, and try to infuse, drag racing into the younger establishment of people, and keep this sport alive and going in the right direction.
No, that's pretty neat.
Yeah, no, it's we're really excited about that part. We also, my crew chief, Mike Smith, he actually is a teacher at a technical college up here in the Pacific Northwest in the Seattle area. And we're also offer to go to different schools in the area to bring the car, both cars, if they have the ability to do that, take them off our trailer and actually have different classes run through. And we talk about the cars and the importance of looking to maybe go into the automotive technician and automotive repair business and careers, because that portion is starting to lose people at a high rate, and the return of people coming into that technology is unfortunately dropping. So what we try to, like I said, what we do is we go to these schools and we provide an opportunity as a hands-on to get them interested in looking at their future career to going into automotive repair and and things that have to do with repair as far as automotive is concerned.
Wow. That's very cool. Now, when you take the Coupe out, how many crew members do you take out with you?
Usually it's, when including myself and my crew chief, we usually about 3 to 4 people. We've been able to actually do it with just Mike and I, but at the end of the day, our butts are dragging pretty low to the ground. Because there's definitely, the Vega was a really easy rinse and repeat car. The Coupe is a lot harder. You got to fold, you're folding chutes, you're checking all the lashing of the valves, dropping water, refilling it up, charging batteries, checking the timing. A lot more things involved in this one. So a heck of a lot more work. But usually 3 to 4 people are more than enough. And my wife is definitely, she always comes with us. She kind of does the PR and talks to people when we're wrenching the vehicle in between rounds and things like that. But it works out pretty good. We all work really well together and pretty efficient.
Now, you have any sponsorship?
Honestly, right now, my wife and I are sponsoring our program at this time. I do have some pretty strong opportunities here that I'm waiting for a response from. Pretty excited about one in specific. I can't, unfortunately, say anything about it at this time, but there's one organization that's out of the Midwest who's interested in coming on board for the 2019 season, the remaining season of this year, with an extension into 2020. So that would entail completely wrapping the cars in their colors and their organization name, both the dragster and the coupe, as well as the trailers. But like I said, we're still in the middle of negotiating with that. But if it was to come through, it'd be fantastic, because boy, everybody can feel my pain. Boy, paying for this stuff, it would be great to get a sponsor, no doubt about that. So we're looking forward to it. Right now, we solely sponsor these cars ourselves, but hope hoping for the best.
Yeah, right. Right now, the sponsor is your pocketbook.
Oh boy, yeah, yeah, it is. Sponsoring is my pocketbook. That's what it is. I should just put the Uzbasic's pocketbook on the side of the car right now.
Yeah. So John, what was the experience like for the first time taking this coupe out on a track?
Well, at first, when I first went in there, I did some shakeout runs with it, and so I didn't hit no land speed records by any stretch of the imagination because I wanted to get used to it. Altogether different car, but after about 3-4 shakeout runs, I'll tell you, it's kind of funny. People go, because remember, I was running a car that I was running in super gas at 990. So to go from 990 to low 8s or 8.0s, and like I said, still not getting full potential out of the car, you don't think 2 seconds is very much, or a second and 3/4. You don't think it's very much, but I'll tell you, it's definitely different at first. It's an eye-opening situation. But anything that you do, you get used to it, and so now it's definitely you'd be surprised all the things you do inside the car now in such a short period of time that you never thought you could ever be able to do. So it was definitely interesting. But I'm actually looking forward to hitting that nitrous this year on a 730, 740 pass at about 182 miles an hour to see what that's going to be like. That should be pretty fun.
So, what's been your most memorable race so far with the coupe?
Actually, we went to a divisional race over here, and we actually got the car pretty consistent. Unfortunately, I went out in the first round, but for all of the problems we were having to get it on its way going in the correct direction was a pretty cool feat, because like I said, you all talk about that sponsorship thing between stall converters, transmissions, electrical, and everything like that. We just never could get a grasp on what this car had the potential to do, not to mention the freaking huge amount of money spent trying to keep this thing, or trying to figure out what the heck was issues. So at this time, it's just that consistency, because like I said, last year was pretty much a wash until the very end. So we're looking for big things this year. We're looking to run that car consistent, launches properly. We did a lot of off-season 4-link adjustments. So we're just looking for some good, consistent runs this year, and we're looking to get into that Division 6 chase for that top sportsman number 1 position.
So now, John, after all the years you've been drag racing, what still keeps the passion going?
Wow, I would say the enjoyment. I learned that once something stops being fun, or you enjoy it, and it doesn't even have to be a sport or anything, it can be your job. When your job becomes not an enjoyment anymore, then it's time to find another job.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that drives me. I enjoy what I do. I enjoy going to the track, working with our crew people, having my family there, and attending these races with my family, and having it like a family outing, and seeing the racers and the fans and the people that come out to watch you. That is what I enjoy. I enjoy talking to the folks, entertaining the folks, and doing, for the giving back to not just the community, but to your family, to the people you work with. And so that's what keeps me wanting to keep doing this thing. Now, like anything else, one day I'll probably come to the point where I won't be interested in it any longer. So be it. But right now, the passion still burns to do it, and the competition still burns. You know, the guy next to me could be my best friend, but when we're racing, he's a competitor. So it's just the desire to keep doing it because it's fun.
Then at the end of the track, he's your best friend again.
You betcha. You betcha. No doubt about it. There's nothing that is that earth-shattering or shaking that you can't shake hands with a guy you're racing at the beginning and then give him a hug at the other end. Because first of all, y'all both got down there in one piece, which that's the first and most important thing. Yeah. And then it's just, hey, you go on to the next race then, right?
Yep. You never know, John. You might keep that passion for drag racing up into your 80s, like Chris the Greek Kermesini's. He's still going.
Boy, yeah, I tell you that guy's inspirational. I mean, to do what he does at his age, that's pretty amazing. That's hats off to that man, no doubt about that.
Yeah, maybe you'll do it too. Who knows?
Yeah, never know. Crazier things have happened, Dave.
Yeah. Now, for you, John, do you have any pre-race rituals or superstitions?
Well, besides doing everything the same, right? I mean, everything is repetition, right? So everything's done the same all the time. I have my own private time that I take, and it's always just before I run. And I take about 30 seconds, and that 30 seconds is my time, going through, and thanking the Lord for the opportunity. And again, don't get me wrong, I'm not preaching anything, just my thing. I just, at the end of the day, I just, thank the Lord that I got the ability to do this, and that I'm on the right side of the ground, and I have that opportunity to be part of this. And then, like I said, it's about a 30-second deal, and then after that happens, my head's clear. I crawl into the car. My crew chief does what he does to get me ready, and then all I'm thinking about is the process, about the steps after I start that engine. Everything's repetition. What do I, do? Everything is step by step. I do it the exact same way, the exact same time, every time. And then I, stage, I make the run. When I'm done, get out of the car, get my chutes, get them back in the car, wait for my guys to come and pick me up, and then just thank God that I got down there in one piece.
Yep. So what kind of preparation goes into getting this coupe ready for a weekend or drag racing?
It's about I would say the PM on it probably takes us about, I don't know, about 4 or 5 hours at least, 6 hours at least. What we do is pull the rear tires off. We check the forelink, check all the bolts, the nuts, to be sure that everything is, tight, nothing's vibrated loose. Obviously, all the valve covers, they're popped off initially, and we take all the pressure off the springs and everything. And then that's right after we come back from racing. And then when we're ready, the day before or a day and a half before, we go through, reinstall everything, relash everything. Again, like I said, reinstall all the tires, do a last check, second check. We check all the fuel pressures and everything to be sure that there's nothing changed in the regulators as far as pressure going to the carburetor bowls as well as to the nitrous. So all the computers, like I said, it's about a 6-7 hour deal minimum to just get it ready to put it into the trailer to take it to the track, and a lot of that is just safety, to be sure that nothing weird happens when you're going down the track.
All right, now, what are some of your favorite tracks to run on?
Well, Pacific Raceway, obviously, that's been our home track, and it's really nice, really overall pretty smooth, no crazy bumps in it. Nice, it's got a really nice long shutdown, which is great. Mission, British Columbia has an awesome track. Their track is just is great, very smooth. Great people up there in Mission also. Woodburn's got a pretty good track too. Short shutdown, or a little shorter shutdown, but I would say probably Pacific is probably the number one track. I like the track in Sonoma, in Infinity Raceway in Sonoma, California. Their track is excellent, and the one that obviously Las Vegas is also is an excellent track also. Very smooth, no bumps, really nice track, and like I said, it's really great people in all those places.
So now, John, have you had any accidents or close calls throughout your career?
Actually, knock on wood. You can't see me, but I'm knocking on wood right now.
Yeah.
I'm down to one knee praying right now. No, I have not. Have got squirrely a few times. Let loose of the trans brake button, and the car decided that it wanted to go right really fast towards the wall or left towards the other lane. But fortunately, I've been very, very fortunate that I've been able to save it, or to the point where I've never been in anything serious as far as an accident is concerned. So, yeah, it's always on my mind, but fortunately, no, not yet, and I hope I never have one either.
Yeah, like you said, knock on wood.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
All right, so we're going to do some fun questions here now.
Okay.
If someone were to come up to you and give you $500 million and they asked you to build a brand new drag race track, where would you consider building a new track, and what kind of features would you want to put into that new track?
Yeah, I'm sorry, and where would I want to build it and put what into it?
What kind of features, yeah.
A feature?
Yeah, what kind of features would you put into a brand new track if you built one?
Oh, wow. If I had $500 million, I would, wow. Where would I build a track? I'd probably love to build one in my backyard. So I wouldn't have to go too far to get to it, probably. Oh my God! And the feature as far as the track would be everybody would be invited to have a cookout at my house on the deck.
Yeah, there you go. Big party.
That's right. That's right. Hey, drag racers deserve a big party.
They come over to John's house and drag race and then party.
That's right, man. That's right, man. Come on, drag race. Have a good day at drag race, and then when you're done, just get up there and you get the hot dogs, hamburgers, steaks, whatever you want to have, man. We'd be cooking it out for you.
All right. So now, do you have any hobbies outside of drag racing?
Actually, I hate to sound really boring, but no, not really. I mean, that's like that takes up most of my time. We do have dogs, which we love our dogs, no doubt about it. Our kids they're grown, they're on their way, they're doing their own thing. So we replaced our kids with our dogs, which, by the way, is a lot easier. We currently have 4 Rottweilers, and they're kind of a hobby slash a whole hell of a lot of work, but it's pretty rewarding. And you can talk to them, and they never talk back at you.
Yeah. Now, you have any grandkids?
Actually, yeah, we have. Wife and I have one. We have we have 7 grandkids and 1 great grand.
So any of the grandkids come out and watch you race?
You know something? Unfortunately, they were kind of all over San Antonio. There's a couple of them out there. There's a couple in Alabama. So they're kind of all over the place, pretty much. Our sons have come out, and daughter has come out and actually worked and crewed with us on a different couple races that we had in Las Vegas, and some that we actually had a couple here that the daughter came out to Seattle and was part of. But unfortunately, no grandkids yet. But that's definitely on the bucket list to get that accomplished.
Yeah. All right. So now, easy question here. What's your favorite food to eat?
What's my favorite food?
Yeah. What's your favorite food you like to eat?
Oh wow! Oh, sushi.
Really?
Oh God, yeah. Yeah. People go, oh God, raw fish. God, what the hell's wrong with you? But yeah, sushi, man. Both my wife and I love sushi.
What's your favorite beverage?
Every one of them.
Every one of them.
especially the adult beverage part of that.
So, what's your favorite alcoholic beverage?
My favorite, I love Crown and Coke.
Favorite non-alcoholic beverage?
God, there are some of those.
Yeah.
I wasn't aware of that. I guess I do drink a lot when I'm actually racing. I do drink a lot of Gatorade, so I guess it would be Gatorade.
All right. Let's see. What's been the fondest memory of your racing career so far?
I think the fondest memory is the family and friends. It's cool. It's great to win. It's cool to win money. It's cool to win a trophy. That's great. That's good stuff. That kind of puts your name somewhere. But family, friends, that's what defines you. So I would say probably family and friends.
All right. Now, have you won any trophies or plaques or anything throughout your career so far?
We went this was many years ago. I won a Super Chevy race where I got a trophy for that. But that's pretty much. Yeah, I tell you, for a fact, and hopefully a lot of other racers can agree with me, is that it seems like there's about 50 ways to lose and only one way to win. And unfortunately, I've never won a Wally or anything like that. But I'm looking forward to changing that in the near future.
Sounds good. So now, if you were able to do time traveling, John, and go backwards in time, would you do anything differently with the drag racing career at all?
No, actually, no. I learned a lot of stuff, met a lot of people, did a lot of things. So. No, I don't think I would change anything. I'm pretty happy. The only thing I would have probably changed that doesn't have to do totally with drag racing, but I would have went back and bought that Microsoft stock when it was really cheap. Yeah. But otherwise, drag racing, no.
All right. So now, if you and the wife ever have time to go on vacation, do you guys have a favorite getaway?
Yeah, Hawaii. Wife loves Hawaii.
So what part of Hawaii you guys go to?
we went. Last time we went to Honolulu and Maui, and this time when we go back, we're going to go to the Big Island and Kauai.
That's nice. I've never been to Hawaii.
That's it's a beautiful place. You got to get there, Dave. You got to get there.
Hopefully one day.
Yep.
So, what's your favorite music to listen to?
Ooh, country western.
Now, like old country or new country?
Actually both. I'll take. I'll listen to the new country, and then when it gets like it's always the same thing, then I switch back to the old country.
All right.
But yeah, country western, easy listening. Also enjoy a little jazz also.
All right. So, what's been your most embarrassing moment on the track?
Yeah, listen, Dave, you and I don't have enough time to talk about all those.
Nah, just give me one.
Right,
which one stands out the most to you?
Boy, the funniest one. Back in the day, Bakersfield, Formosa Raceway, was on the track, semifinals. I went through like 8 or 9 rounds to get to that point. And I was ready because I was on. I was hitting lights. The car was consistent. Everything was going pretty good. Did a burnout, lit the first bulb, lit the second bulb, hit that trans brake button, put the gas to the floor, and all of a sudden it just stopped running.
Wow.
That was it. They pushed me back. But the funny part was everybody goes, "What the hell happened, John? Did you have an electrical problem?" I says, "No, I had a fuel displacement issue." We, in all of the running and pushing to get, and the excitement, we forgot to do one thing. We forgot to check the gas tank. So, needless to say, I ran out of one of the most important things, and that was gas. So my big deal is when people go, "What happened?" I said, "I had a fuel displacement issue." And then everybody looks at me and goes, "Jesus, you ran out of gas?" Yeah, pretty much so. That was probably one of the most embarrassing deals I ever, because, everybody asks you what happened, right?
Right.
Not like one person asked you. That was the worst one, I think.
So now, if people want to see your schedule, what you're going to be doing, the best place would be the Uzbasic page on Facebook.
Yeah, I've got a website, Uzbasicmotorsports.com. Also, I'm on Facebook, LinkedIn. We're also on Twitter, Google Plus, Instagram, YouTube, any conceivable media format I could be on, social media, I'm on. But I would say Facebook and the website would probably be the 2 best places, because I do my very, very best to try to update the website as far as events are concerned. I try to update my blog. That one's a little harder to do, but the actual events I try to update, and I try to keep them updated as far as Facebook is concerned also. So also, anytime, feel free to leave, I got all links to my to an email. So if anybody wants to email me, just click on where you want, under, these basic motorsports, and the link will take you to, you can leave me a message either through Messenger, or through my website at usebasicmotorsports.com.
All right, now you have any last words before we close?
No, hey, listen. Thank you, Dave, for the opportunity, man. It was quite it was definitely an honor when you sent me a message asking if you're interested in interviewing me. That was awesome. So to you and to your organization, much thanks, and I appreciate the opportunity to talk with you. And
you're welcome, brother. We'll do another one in the future.
Oh, definitely. This was a gas, man. great deal you guys doing as far as